Gender identity. Gender identity is like an internal compass that points to our deepest sense of being male, female, both, neither, or somewhere along this vast spectrum. It's the personal, inner experience of gender that may or may not match the sex assigned at birth. Think of gender identity as a rich tapestry, woven from personal feelings, cultural influences, and innate understanding of self. Some people identify strongly with being binary gender identity. Others might feel their identity flows between genders. Gender fluid exists outside the traditional binary, non-binary, or doesn't align with any gender agenda. The journey of understanding one's gender identity can be both liberating and challenging. For transgender individuals, the realization that their internal sense of gender doesn't match their assigned sex can lead to a profound journey of self-discovery and transformation. This might involve social transition, medical interventions, or simply living authentically in their identified gender. Modern understanding of gender identity has evolved beyond the simple male-female binary. It's now recognized as a complex interplay of biology, psychology, culture, and personal experience. Like a fingerprint, each person's gender identity is unique and valid, shaped by their individual journey and understanding of self. Society's growing awareness of gender diversity has led to important conversations about inclusion, respect, and the right to self-determination. It reminds us that human identity is far more complex and beautiful than traditional categories might suggest. Sexual orientation. Sexual orientation is like a compass of the heart, pointing to who we're romantically and physically attracted to. It's a fundamental aspect of human diversity that encompasses a spectrum of attractions to different genders, or in some cases, the absence of such attraction. This identity spectrum includes various orientations: heterosexual attracted to the opposite gender, homosexual attracted to the same gender, bisexual attracted to multiple genders, pansexual attracted regardless of gender, and asexual experiencing little or no sexual attraction, among others. Each represents a valid and natural variation of human experience, but understanding sexual orientation goes beyond just physical attraction. It involves emotional connections, romantic feelings, and personal identity. For many, discovering and accepting their sexual orientation is a journey of self-discovery that can influence relationships, social connections, and their place in society. The scientific community recognizes sexual orientation as an innate aspect of human diversity, not a choice or lifestyle. Like the colors of a rainbow, each orientation adds to the rich tapestry of human experience. This understanding has led to growing acceptance and celebration of different orientations in many societies. However, many people still face challenges due to their sexual orientation, from internal struggles with self-acceptance to external discrimination. This highlights the importance of creating supportive environments where all orientations are respected and validated.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love.
Cultural identity. Cultural identity is like a living, breathing mosaic that shapes how we see ourselves and the world around us. It's formed from the traditions, customs, and values we inherit and adopt throughout our lives. Think of cultural identity as a rich soup of experiences, the languages we speak, the foods we eat, the holidays we celebrate, and the stories we tell. It's influenced by our family heritage, the places we've lived, and the communities we're part of. Some people might strongly identify with a single culture, while others embrace multiple cultural influences. What makes cultural identity fascinating is its dynamic nature. It's not frozen in time but evolves as we interact with different cultures and adapt to new environments. For example, second-generation immigrants often develop a unique blend of their parents' culture and their current society's culture, creating something entirely new and valuable. Cultural identity plays a crucial role in shaping our worldview, communication styles, and social relationships. It influences how we express emotions, solve problems, and build relationships. Understanding and embracing our cultural identity can provide a sense of belonging and connection to our roots. In our increasingly interconnected world, cultural identity has become more complex and fluid. People can now explore and adopt elements from various cultures, leading to rich multicultural identities that reflect our global society. Racial identity. Racial identity is like a complex lens through which we view ourselves and are viewed by society. It's shaped by physical characteristics, shared histories, and social constructs that contribute to how we understand and express our racial heritage. Understanding racial identity involves recognizing both its biological and social dimensions. While science shows that human genetic variation doesn't support rigid racial categories, the social implications of race continue to profoundly impact people's lives and opportunities. For many, racial identity is deeply intertwined with cultural traditions, family histories, and collective experiences. It can be a source of pride, strength, and community connection. The journey of developing racial identity awareness varies greatly. Some people grow up with a strong sense of their racial identity, while others might explore and question it later in life. This process often involves understanding one's position within broader social structures. In multicultural societies, racial identity becomes increasingly complex, with many people identifying with multiple racial backgrounds. This challenges traditional categorical thinking about race and demonstrates the fluidity of human diversity. For religious spiritual identity. Religious and spiritual identity is like an internal compass that guides our understanding of life's deeper meanings and our place in the universe. It shapes our values and beliefs. This aspect of identity can range from organized religion to personal spiritual practices, to secular humanism, or to the absence of religious belief altogether. Each path represents a valid way of engaging with life's fundamental questions. Religious and spiritual identity often provides a framework for understanding life's challenges and celebrations. It can influence everything from daily routines to major life decisions. It's also frequently tied to community belonging. For many, this identity evolves throughout life. Some maintain the beliefs they were raised with, others explore different paths, and some move away from religion altogether. This journey of questioning and discovery is as valuable as the conclusions reached. The modern world presents unique challenges and opportunities for religious spiritual identity, as people encounter diverse beliefs and must navigate how their faith or philosophy fits into an increasingly secular and multicultural society. National identity. National identity is like a shared story that connects people to a particular country or nation. It's built from common experiences, shared values, and historical narratives that create a sense of belonging to a national community. This identity encompasses more than just citizenship or geographical location. It includes shared languages, customs, and symbols that distinguish one nation from another. Think of how Americans might identify with values like individual liberty, or how Japanese identity might include concepts of collective harmony. National identity can be both unifying and complex. In multicultural nations, it often involves balancing various ethnic identities within a broader national framework. This can create rich, diverse national cultures. The strength and nature of national identity can vary greatly among individuals. Some feel deeply connected to their national identity, while others might identify more strongly with regional communities. Globalization has made national identity more fluid and multifaceted. In our interconnected world, national identity continues to evolve, often incorporating influences from other cultures while maintaining distinctive characteristics that make each nation unique. Socioeconomic identity. Socioeconomic identity is like a social ladder that shapes our experiences, opportunities, and worldview based on our economic position in society. It's a complex interplay of income, education, and social class that influences how we see ourselves and how society sees us. This identity begins forming in childhood, where family resources and social position create different starting points for life's journey. Children from different socioeconomic backgrounds often grow up with varying access to education, healthcare, cultural experiences, and social networks, which can significantly impact their future opportunities. What makes socioeconomic identity particularly powerful is its invisible influence on daily life. It affects everything from the food we eat and the clothes we wear to our speech patterns and social connections. It can determine whether we view higher education as an expectation or a distant dream, whether we see financial security as a given or a constant struggle. The experience of socioeconomic mobility, moving up or down the social ladder, can create complex identity challenges. Those who experience upward mobility might struggle with code switching between different social classes or feel caught between two worlds. Meanwhile, downward mobility can challenge one's sense of self and social belonging. Modern discussions of socioeconomic identity increasingly recognize its intersection with other forms of identity, such as race, gender, and education. This understanding helps explain how various forms of privilege and disadvantage can compound or offset each other in shaping life experiences. Professional identity. Professional identity is like a career fingerprint that develops through our work experiences, skills, and role in the professional world. It's more than just a job title, it's how we see ourselves as contributors to society through our work and career choices. This identity forms through education, training, workplace experiences, and professional relationships. It includes our expertise, work ethics, professional values, and the sense of purpose we find in our chosen field. For many, it becomes a core part of their self-concept, influencing how they present themselves both at work and in broader social contexts. The modern workplace has made professional identity more dynamic than ever. Gone are the days of lifetime careers, single employers. Today, people often navigate multiple career changes, requiring flexibility in their professional identity. This might mean being a teacher turned entrepreneur or an engineer turned artist, each transition adding new layers to one's professional self. Professional identity can deeply influence personal growth and satisfaction. When aligned with personal values and interests, it can provide a sense of purpose and achievement. However, when misaligned, it can lead to stress and identity conflicts, particularly when professional demands clash with other important life roles. The rise of remote work and digital professions has added new dimensions to professional relationships. This evolution continues to reshape how we understand and express our professional selves. Age, generational identity. Age and generational identity is like a time capsule that connects us to shared historical experiences and cultural moments. It's about belonging to a cohort that came of age during specific periods, sharing common references, values, and worldviews shaped by those times. Each generation, whether baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, or Gen Z, carries unique characteristics formed by the social, technological, and cultural environment of their formative years. These shared experiences create a generational lens through which members view the world, influencing everything from communication styles to attitudes toward work and relationships. The rapid pace of technological change has made generational differences more pronounced than ever. Consider how differently a baby boomer and a Gen Z individual might approach technology, social media, or career expectations. These differences can create both challenges and opportunities for intergenerational understanding and learning. Age identity also evolves as we move through life stages, each bringing new roles, responsibilities, and perspectives. The way we view ourselves at 20 often differs dramatically from our self-perception at 40 or 60, reflecting the wisdom and experience gained through life's journey. In our longevity revolution, where people live longer and healthier lives, traditional age-related expectations are being redefined. This creates new possibilities for how we understand and express our age identity throughout the lifespan. 3. Disability ability identity. Disability ability identity is like a unique lens through which individuals experience and navigate the world. It encompasses both the challenges and strengths that come with different physical, mental, or sensory characteristics, shaping how people interact with their environment and society. This identity spectrum recognizes that disability isn't simply a medical condition, but a complex interaction between individual characteristics and societal structures. Some people strongly identify with their disability as a core part of who they are. For instance, many in the deaf community view their deafness as a cultural identity rather than a limitation. The modern understanding of disability ability identity has shifted from a deficit-based model to one that recognizes diverse ways of being. This perspective acknowledges that different abilities can bring unique strengths and perspectives. For example, some autistic individuals might have exceptional pattern recognition abilities, while someone with ADHD might excel at creative thinking. Society's growing awareness of neurodiversity and disability rights has led to important conversations about accessibility and inclusion. This has helped many people embrace their disability ability identity as a positive aspect of their personal narrative. The interaction between disability ability identity and technology is creating new possibilities for expression and engagement. Assistive technologies and universal design principles are helping bridge gaps between different ability levels, while also challenging traditional notions of what constitutes normal functioning. Political identity. Political identity is like a personal compass that guides our views on how society should be organized and governed. It's a complex blend of values, beliefs, and ideologies that shapes how we think about justice, equality, freedom, and the role of government in people's lives. This identity often develops through a combination of family influence, personal experiences, and education. It can range from strong alignment with specific political parties or ideologies to more nuanced, issue-based positions that don't fit neatly into traditional political categories. What makes political identity particularly significant is its impact on how we process information and make decisions. It can influence which news sources we trust, which causes we support, and even which communities we choose to be part of. In an era of increasing political polarization, these identities can become deeply emotional and personally meaningful. Political identity can evolve over time as people encounter new ideas and experiences. Major life events and changing circumstances can lead to shifts in political beliefs and affiliations. This dynamic nature reflects the ongoing process of how we understand and engage with social and political issues. In our increasingly connected world, political identity has taken on new dimensions, with social media and global communications enabling people to engage with political ideas and movements across traditional boundaries. This has created both opportunities for broader political discourse and challenges in maintaining civil dialogue across political divides. Educational identity. Educational identity is like an intellectual passport that marks our journey through learning and academic experiences. It's shaped not just by formal education, but by our relationship with learning, our academic achievements, and our approach to acquiring and using knowledge. This identity begins forming in our earliest school experiences, where we start developing beliefs about our capabilities and preferences as learners. Some might identify as natural scholars, while others might see themselves as practical learners or creative thinkers. These self-perceptions can profoundly influence our educational choices and lifetime learning approaches. Educational identity extends beyond degrees and certifications. It encompasses our learning style, intellectual curiosity, and the value we place on different types of knowledge. Someone might strongly identify with being self-taught in their field, while another might draw confidence from their formal academic credentials. Both paths contribute validly to educational identity. In our knowledge-based economy, educational identity has become increasingly fluid and lifelong. The traditional model of finish school and start working has given way to continuous learning and skill development. This shift has expanded the possibilities for how people can identify as learners and scholars throughout their lives. Modern technology and online learning have democratized education, allowing people to reshape their educational identity at any age. This has created new opportunities for personal growth, while challenging traditional notions of what it means to be educated or qualified. Family role identity. Family role identity is like a position in an intricate dance, where each person plays multiple parts in the complex choreography of family life. It encompasses our roles as parents, children, siblings, spouses, and extended family members, each bringing its own set of responsibilities and emotional connections. This identity is uniquely dynamic, evolving as we move through different life stages. A person might simultaneously be a daughter, mother, and grandmother, with each role requiring different aspects of their personality and different types of emotional engagement. These roles often carry cultural expectations and family traditions that influence how we perform them. The modern understanding of family roles has expanded beyond traditional definitions. Single parents, blended families, and various other family structures have enriched our understanding of what family roles can mean. This evolution has created more flexibility in how people can authentically express their family role identity. Family role identity often significantly influences major life decisions, from career choices to living arrangements. It can affect how we prioritize our time and balance competing demands. The strength of these role identities can vary, with some people defining themselves primarily through family roles while others maintain more distance. The increasing recognition of diverse family structures has led to more inclusive understandings of family roles, allowing people to create and embrace family identities that authentically reflect their experiences and relationships.